And basically everybody, Brandon is a store owner in Mesa, Arizona, who's been with us for about a month now. And just wanted to jump on with him and let him share some of the success he's had and kind of go over how things have been. So Brandon, if you don't mind, tell us how things have been in this first 30 days with us.
It's been really good. Actually kind of phenomenal. I'm trying to look up right now on my end. Do you know what day we officially started?
I can actually look that up. I think it was the 16th maybe, but let me double check here in our ad account.
I thought it was the 23rd.
That could be it too. Oh yes, it was the you guys signed up on the 19th, and I think we had the ads go live on like the 21st.
Oh, okay. The 21st. So I'll just start. So back from July 1st to the 21st, we did horrible numbers. We did about $3,000 profit. I'll just talk in numbers of profit.
Sure.
From the 21st to the 31st, 10 days. Just in those days, I did about $12,000 profit. So in half the time, or not even that, in a third of the time, really, we did almost 4 times the amount of take-home profit. This month actually has been a little different. We've seen a lot of conversations happening.
Yeah.
But I've had a really busy month on my own time as far as like planning a wedding and everything else goes.
Sure.
But even now we're basically halfway through the month, and I'm at about $6,000 take-home profit, which is not really where we want to be. We have had conversations with people. We haven't had a ton of like closure, but we've had so many leads, and I think that number would be at like 15,000 if I would have been able to commit as much time as I had at the last. Does that make sense? The last 10 days of last month, if I had been able to commit that much time, if it wasn't for, I'm a worship pastor at my church, I'm getting married in a month, like there's just so many other things that I've had to give my time to. Yeah. I think if I would have committed from the 1st to now the 16th as much time as I did the last 10 days of last month, that number would probably be at about $15,000-$20,000. Nice. I've been so busy on my own time. So out of those 16 days, I've maybe really worked like 5 or 6 days. And even then we're still at about $6,000 profit.
Yeah.
And with that, like we reorganized a bunch of stuff in the back. Like we're getting rid of, when we first started, we had so much inventory of stuff that never sells. So over this actually my mom and I had a conversation this month. We're really focusing on just getting rid of old inventory. So stuff that we don't sell a lot of, or stuff that we're trying to get rid of so that we can bring different product in. So on a lot of that stuff, our margins are way low. So in the last 10 days of last month, from the 21st to the 31st, our average margin was about 67% with 20 transactions in those 10 days.
Okay.
From the 1st to the 16th, so it's a little bit more, 6 more days, but I have had 13 transactions, averaging 2 items per sale. So I'm about 26 transactions. So a little bit more as far as sales side, but my gross margin is down a little bit. It's at 56%.
Got it.
But not much. But I've still made sales in those 16 days. But I think it's more so on our end. We're trying to sell a lot of the cheaper stuff to get rid of it so that we have more room and space in the warehouse to bring in some of the higher profiting items, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, I mean, conversations have been up. I don't know if you have a report. That was one of my questions. Is there a way I can see like a breakdown of how many leads I'm actually getting?
Yeah, so you can actually go right in your ad account that you've given us access to. And that's, for anybody that's listening, like everything's transparent. So we want to make sure you have access at all times. So yeah, you can just go into your MCCOA Mesa account and see, just from my standpoint, you have had 326 conversations since July 19th that have come through our ads.
That's crazy though.
You're
because in about 4 months with
$3
RSM, I had like 88 conversations.
So yeah, actually say that again. So previously you had been working with another company. Yeah. You'd been with them for about 3 months or so. And what were the conversations like in the months before that? Like, how many conversations had you had?
So I think it was 4 months. Maybe it was 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Call it 3 on the conservative side. I had 88 messages, I believe, 88 conversations in those 3 months. So call it we'll just call it May 1st. It wasn't May. We started in April, but let's call it May 1st to July 20th, which is when we started with you guys.
Yeah.
Our profit over those 3 months was in 3 months, we did a gross profit of $15,270.65, which, to flash back from July 19th to the 31st, where we actually went live the 21st to the 31st with y'all, I did 12,000. So I almost did more in 10 days with y'all than I did in 3+ months with the last company. So, I mean, it was phenomenal. This month, like I said, I've had so many other commitments that I've just had to attend to.
Yeah,
so it hasn't been as phenomenal.
Right.
But I know we did raise our budget, I believe, right, to $50 a day.
Yeah, so we're spending $50 a day on your ads. Yeah, and we started with $30 a day. And your average lead cost has stayed basically in the like $2 to $3 range. So, plenty of conversations coming in for.
Yeah, that's the thing. And it's getting to a point actually where my mom and I talked and we laughed, because before we went on with RSM, the last company, we went on a 7-day vacation, and I had maybe 4 messages the whole time. So I was able to actually like work on my trip.
Yeah.
But when we went I was just on a men's retreat. Can you actually pull up the numbers right now? I can't see it because of how my computer's laid out.
Sure.
Can you see how many conversations happened between Thursday night, just call it Thursday to Sunday? How many messages happened from Thursday to Sunday? Is there a way you can see that?
I can. Hold on a second. Thursday the 12th through Sunday?
Yep. 12th to I think it's the 17th or the 16th.
Yeah, so 60 conversations.
Yeah. So we had 4 in a week with the last company when I was in Mexico, and I was able to manage it. But this weekend I was on a men's retreat for my church, and we had that 60-something conversations in about 4 days. So it got to the point where we honestly were like, I don't know how some people are doing $100 a day at this point. To be honest, I don't get it.
Yeah.
My phone, I feel like I'm having conversations all day, every day. So we're excited to see what that number is when we do decide to bump it up to 100.
Yeah.
We're trying to get through this month.
Yeah, I think probably through the wedding, and then maybe we could bump it up after.
Maybe after the honeymoon, when because my mom's coming down to cover for me while I'm gone. And
nice.
So I think after that, we'll be able to fully, like 100%, I'll be committed, because I won't have so many other distractions and other things like that in my life.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, it's been awesome. It's been phenomenal. I'm super excited for my Yeti mug to come in.
Well, we're definitely glad to hear it.
Right.
What would you say to somebody that's, looking for some a solution to get more people in their door?
Just do it. Commit. I think for us it was hard because we were double paying. So we were paying for our old whatever you call it, marketer. Yeah. And then it was hard for us because we were giving him $3,500 a month or $3,700 a month.
Yeah.
We weren't seeing anything. And it was hard for us to just commit to going with y'all because we had been, call it, scammed or whatever else out of so much money. Yeah. And we weren't seeing any profit.
Yeah.
But when we committed and decided just to do it and say whatever and risk the loss, it paid off huge. So like I said, I'm excited to see the next few months. I made a post on our page with literally, I think there's 40 dealers total. And within that, I had I think 3 people called you in the next 2 days. I'm ecstatic. I think when one of us succeeds, everybody should succeed as long as they commit. So I wanted to tell everybody I knew about it. And for those who decide to commit, I hope it works as well for them as it did for me.
Sweet.
But yeah, if I would say anything, I would say just do it. even if you are risking a loss, just commit because it works. Whatever algorithms or whatever rocket ship thing, whatever you guys are doing, I don't know any of it, but whatever you're doing works. And so